We're back at Max Science Designs. We're doing another wrap on another car. So before we did a wrap, this is technically PPF. And the difference is?
This is going to protect your car as well as give it that look you're after.
So traded in the RS6, got an Audi RS Q8. This is going to be my missus's car. It's not that I don't trust her driving. It's just that I want to protect the paint from the outside world. And on the RS6, someone reversed into the wheel arch and the PPF completely prevented any damage happening to the car. So we're going with, potentially, a stealth PPF. And because this is the business channel, we're going to be talking business. I want to know cost, markups, profits, business opportunity, mainly because I find this super interesting and I'm working backwards. I think this could be one of the easiest products and services to market in the world, which gets me excited. Because first of all, on cars, if you damage a panel and it needs to be repainted, getting that paint to match other panels can be very complex and very expensive. Second of all, it's just classic loss aversion. When you do insurance, you get protected against all the things you're worried about, even like fire and theft, which is statistically hugely unlikely. So it's like an insurance policy you can put on your car and it makes it look sick. Because if you come here from this angle, you notice that we go from a gloss, would you call this a satin matte?
Yeah, satin. So it's a semi-gloss.
Which just makes it look like the Batmobile under the guise of doing it for protection. And there's another thing I saw, I can't remember what it was, but someone was saying, if you want a new car, go get your car washed. Because most people, once they get their car washed, have like a brand new relationship to their car. They like it more. But again, I would say one level further to that is, if you get your car wrapped, it makes you feel like you've got a new car. That's how I felt after the Porsche. So this is a way less expensive means of customizing a car. And if you put branding on this, tax deductible because it becomes advertising. Is that right?
Might put a sneaky sticker on there somewhere.
Yeah, it doesn't even have to be massive because if the tax authority, whether ATO or HMRC come knocking, you go, oh no, the sole purpose of this wasn't to protect the car, it was to promote the business.
That's right, as always.
Thank you very much, ATO, HMRC. This stuff is pretty expensive.
Yeah, it is. You can pretty much double any sort of vehicle wrap. This is a protected film, so it's completely different technologies to any sort of standard wrap. It'll prevent stone chips, scratch resistant, self-healing.
Self-healing thing.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible.
So if there's a small scratch on that in the sunlight,
it'll heal it. It'll come back together. Say if you scratch that with, you rub up against it with a handbag or something like that. You sit it out in the sun for a day and it'll be gone the next day.
The reason I love this as well from a marketing perspective is there's loads of viral videos online where people have a panel of a car, they get their keys, they scratch the panel in the PPF, then they get a brick and they rub it across. Then they peel the PPF off and you can see that the paintwork underneath is unaffected.
Do you want to do it?
No. No. So from a marketing perspective, I've already said this, I don't mind if people know. The second I see PPF, I said to Mac, I go, okay, here's a business idea. Whichever panel someone gets damage on their car, you bring it back, we'll fix it for free. I say we, this isn't my business, not yet. As long as you can make social media content showing how well it worked. Because if you fix someone's panel for free, how much would that cost in material, do you reckon, and labor?
You'd have to be charging like nearly $1,000, I reckon.
So if you were to eat that $1,000 cost yourself, if you were to do the labor for free and just the print out of the PPF, what are you looking at, a few $100s?
Yeah.
So then you could say to yourself, right, we're going to lose a few $100s as a business, which is going to be just a generalized business cost. And out of that, we're going to have some marketing material that could potentially go viral.
That's right.
And I think that in a business, if you can eat some costs in some places for marketing, that one video showcasing, even this video in some respects, the benefits of having that PPF could get a customer in the door. And if you acquire one new customer from that video that you did for free and lost $400, you could be profitable. Even if you were only break even from that new customer, do they then get another car wrap? Do they then refer another friend in? Do they then give you a social media post with their transformative process? That's the way my brain works with it all. That looks cool. And you say you got a glossy one?
We've got a glossy one too, yeah. So you won't get any of the imperfections in the paintwork. Brand new car, just from sitting outside in the salty air and, just the sun and the rain and all that sort of stuff, you start to get imperfections, especially in black. Black's wild.
So Mac had to buy the print of the car of this model for $1,000?
Yeah, so the templates for this RSQ8, this latest model. So we've bought the package, the template package for every single little panel on this car so that we can run it through our machine, our cutting machine, to cut out the shapes of the car on the film.
That's class. So then you use a lot less material and then it becomes more of a jigsaw.
That's right, yeah.
Than it does with the Porsche, having to wrap that rear bumper, front panels.
Yeah.
We had those square sheets and you're having to fit them on, cut. There's quite a lot of wasting material.
Yeah, It's just a different process. They're two totally different, separate processes.
And this doesn't have as much stretch as a wrap.
No, it is wrappable, but it doesn't stretch that well. It really needs to be cut to the shape of the car to mold into the sections.
And this looks amazing. How you see the gloss that comes into this mat.
Yeah.
It's starting to really come to life.
Yeah.
And I know there's like a double effect here where some dealerships in the UK with the Yanimais, they're very hesitant to see a car with a wrap because they think it might be covering bad paintwork. But then on the other flip side, knowing that a car's got PPF on it,
It's a clear wrap. You can see anything underneath it.
amazing.
So this is our little test piece anyway, just so James can see what his car's going to look like.
See
It's
where the
pretty
money's
cool.
going.
See where the money's going.
This to me just looks like such an exciting business prospect because, like I say, everything really boils down to marketing. If you have something that's easy to market, you have a good business. And then the transaction for this, if you don't mind people knowing, this is $14,000
Yep.
for the wrap. Say it proudly.
$14,000.
So about £7,000, which sounds insane. Materials,
Yeah, this would be materials about 4,000.
and then the template was 1,000. So
Yep.
already £2,500, $5,000 gone just in materials and the software or the
Yep.
template. We're not even looking at labor, and this is going to take a few days.
Yeah, that's right. It'll take a couple of days, probably 3 days I'll spend on it. And then we'll let it dry out. We'll just let it sit there inside the shop just to keep an eye on any edging, anything lifting, anything like that. We'll heat it up, we'll warm it up, let it sit, and then it'll be out on the road.
And the beautiful thing about this is being a promotional asset for the business, for Newtonic, and we'll show you some of the branding towards the end of the video that we're going to put on it. This means that I can use this, put it into all my expenses that are legitimate for the business and reduce my profitability for the year, which means that if you're doing it as a business for the business, it's going to work out considerably more efficient than if you were to do it out of your own pocket.
Yeah.
That looks unreal.
It's cool, hey?
I'm excited for that.
Peel this off now.
Yeah, the sound is going to be... People will be like, ugh.
What is that?
You know what, Declan, have a look at this. When we came, if you look at the screen inside, you'll notice there's loads of fingerprints on it. So I even brought with me, where is it? Oh, it's down there. Oh, it smells good in there, doesn't it? So I even got some of the glass stick-on laminate that you put there to stop getting fingerprints. But I didn't trust myself doing that. Because you know when you stick something on like a phone case? Yeah. So I was like, we're going to leave that for later on as well.
Yeah, it's my turn.
Yeah.
Just stick it on. It's
Now,
up to me.
now that I know how good you are with those kind of parts, I won't touch up. As a man, there are things you like to do yourself, like changing number plates and whatnot. But now I'm like, I'll just come see Mac.
Come
Yeah, I wonder if that is heat or if it's
Yeah, I'm not
like
too
a
sure.
paint stresses me out.
Yeah, paint's crazy, isn't it?
Like when I was young, I never thought paint was like an issue or imperfections. Or I never cared about stone chips when I was 17, 18. Granted, I was driving a Fiat Punto.
A
But
little bit different.
yeah, I think now with buying nice cars, the first thing you stress about is the exterior.
It's got to look perfect. But yeah, they come from you speak to any detailer, any car that's been delivered from a factory or from a dealership, a lot of the time they need to go get paint corrected because they come with swirl marks, they come with all sorts of imperfections in the paintwork.
So when it comes to wrapping a car, so you're from a signage background.
Yep.
Did you have to self-teach yourself?
I've been doing it for a long time. So it's part of the, I guess, signage background becomes a wrapping background. You know, I've worked in race car background. So go to site and wrap all the race cars for Australian teams and things like that. So it was sort of, I just learnt along the way. I've been doing it for 20 plus years now. So it's kind of,
What excites me about this, and I'll be honest, is let's say we start a wrap shop. I'm in charge of the marketing. You're in charge of the wrapping. You
Yeah.
have to hire someone. Declan will raid him for his friends, any young, hard-working friends.
yeah, let's go.
You teach them how to wrap. It's not a skill that they can just run away with because the marketing, I think, is the hardest component. So, for instance, if you're a personal trainer and a lot of PTs think that I'm going to be a PT, then I'm going to hire PTs.
Yeah.
Well, to hire a PT, you need to take a percentage of their income. They're only going to work so much and so long before they go, fuck this guy,
Yeah.
and do their own thing.
Yeah.
No personal trainer is going to let you have the revenue because they can just go on the same gym floor, get the same clients, do the same thing. But if you're in a wrap shop and someone trains you how to wrap a car, you're still dependent on them to bring you business.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you just have a skill that's pretty useless on its own.
Well, there's a lot of people do this job. There's plenty of wrap shops around. It's just being different and standing out
And likable.
and likable. Yeah, you got to be approachable. We get a lot of customers coming to this shop, our sign shop, and they come to us because they can approach us and talk to us. They can get a relationship with us. You know, like,
I came in and I was like, I think I need to wrap another car.
Yeah,
Where's
yeah.
your little deck of all the different colours?
yeah, I'll go grab it.
So because we train jiu-jitsu, literally just opposite. Every time I have an idea, I come in. He's like, mate, I'm working. I've got another idea about potentially starting a nursery. Yeah. Not me, but I heard there's a wait list in the local area. It smells like business. This is cool. So, chrome. Might have to do the golfing of chrome. Well, that's nice.
That's crazy.
Is that psychedelics?
Why not?
That's quite cool. Well, actually, all these colours are nice. And these are all wraps. Are some of these PPFs or not?
No, these are all wraps. We can get coloured PPFs.
Yeah, I've heard about it. Is that crazy expensive?
Yeah, quite a lot more.
Where's the one I was looking at? The military green.
Yeah, it's there.
Oh, this. I was potentially looking at doing the Audi RS6 in this. It would be, but I think after a while you might look at it and become a bit disenfranchised with it. But actually, all of these are so cool. I think that matches pretty much the paint I've almost got, but blue.
That's sick.
The little glittery, because this is glittery in the sun.
That's
Is that
wild.
what you're
Isn't it?
getting the glitter on?
No, ours is going to be more of a
man.
matte. That, it would be good on like a Aventador SVJ or etc. Not sure on the pink. These are quite cool. Matte blacks. Oh, dead matte black. Is that so?
Yeah.
No reflections.
That's real deep. Yeah, that one there too. Deep black.
Shadow black. The carbon fiber wrap, I have mixed feelings about.
Yeah,
'cause
I'm
some
not too sure
parts
about
look
it.
cool as fuck. Like this is the carbon fiber, but I think that would just be potentially too much.
I just feel like this is when I see carbon fiber. If you don't know what real carbon fiber looks like, that's fine. But
True.
when you've seen real carbon fiber and then you put that up against it,
So this is what we're getting, satin black, but PPF, not wrap.
the best thing about your satin black though, you're going to see the metallic coming through it.
Hmm.
So when it's out in the sun, you'll see that metallic,
This is just so exciting. I think once you put this in front of people,
clear PPF.
clear carbon fiber,
Yeah, so you can put that on a black background,
and make it, okay,
make it
cool.
look like carbon fiber.
See, like, you know when you go into Porsche, they have all the colour placards on the wall and
Yeah,
all the
yeah.
different things. There almost needs to be like a...
We can get it. We can get placards.
You know what we did there before with that film?
Yeah.
I saw Matt Watson do it in one of his videos. And again, my marketing brain went, this is genius. Someone could inquire online and you go, what colours are you interested in? They go, I'm interested in matte red. You then say, right, cool. For this person coming in at 11:30, let's get a little square made. Go up to the car, boom, 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 boom. This is what it's going to look like. It's going to cost about $14,000. We can invoice you however you want it. We recommend that maybe you do put a little company logo on it for your business so that you don't have a tough time with the ATO. It's going to take roughly 4 days. If you live further out in Sydney, we can send a driver to collect the car.
Yeah, we can even cover pick it up on transport.
Cool.
Yeah.
Do you like that, or do you want to look at some other colours? I like that. Cool. We'll book you in for the 27th. How you get?
See you soon.
What panel do you think you're going to start with?
We'll probably do the bonnet.
Okay.
So the bonnet will be the biggest piece to get out of the way. Yeah, it's one of those things. I'll prep this whole car. We're going to have to prep it, get rid of any, rain spots or anything like that. Any contaminants, we're going to have to go over the whole car, all the edges, everything like that. Because what we're going to do is pop the bonnet, wrap around the bonnet. So it'll wrap around about 10, 15 mil.
With the one I had in the RS6, I could literally feel the line the whole way around.
Yeah.
And when I first started talking to you, I assumed someone with like a scalpel must have gone round, but it felt too perfect.
Yeah, it's probably machine cut.
And I thought, unless it's the flipping guy for Rolls-Royce that paints the lines,
Yeah, yeah.
that does it by hand, I was like, nah, it just doesn't make sense. Yeah, you could see some of the bits, but yeah, I'm buzzing to see how it looks like underneath.
Yeah.
It's going to be a completely new car.
Yeah, it'll look different.
The self-healing thing's crazy. I never knew that. As far as wheels, is there any technology or anything where you can protect wheels with similar?
Doubt it.
And it's not really going to do much. If you've got a 2-ton vehicle that hits
Yeah.
a curb, even at 5 miles an hour, it's just...
No, you just don't do it.
I'm even as someone who I'd say is a decorated driver, I've been parking about a foot away from every curb with this. I'd rather be sticking out on the road than going too close. Come have a look at this, Declan. Come real close if you want. These doors don't need to be slammed.
That's rad. Hey, I love that.
I bought this car without test driving it, which was brave. There's no frames around the...
Yeah, it's all
Doors.
pillarless. Yeah.
which is quite nice.
Yeah.
It's quite brave, and I'm changing the steering wheel. This is where dickhead James comes out. He's becoming more prevalent. We've had a good year. This steering wheel just feels a little bit too cheap, and Alcantara is what I want. So when I came to look at the car, it was the one thing I wanted to change. That should come in a few weeks. We can change that over. Happy days. Just want to feel a bit swayed. I want this in my hands when we're driving. The first thing I do as well when I get a car, so I always have to have a hands-free phone holder. That's literally the day the car comes. I buy 3 or 4 of them from Amazon. I put the best one because in Australia, if you want to change songs, as long as there's a factory-mounted phone holder, fine. The second that comes into your hands, game over, people. Be smart. Get one of these. You can get them that clip into your air vents as well. Do you have one of these?
Yeah, they're good.
Don't leave that.
You
house
need
without
'em.
That one. Yeah, 100%. That's about it. This thing is the thirstiest car I've ever had as far as drinking petrol, but that you can't put through the business. Smiles per miles is the equation you should be looking at. For any of your mathematicians out there, how many smiles am I accruing per miles that I'm driving? So we're going to make a wrap shop purely out of fun. It might not even make any money, but we'll get to have a pleasurable transformation. Well, this actually, all right, I had some plumbers come around my house the other day to fit a home filtration system.
Oh,
To
nice.
filter my water for the showers. Like Kian's got eczema, complete home filtration. They look after it anywhere in Australia. So they fit a box by my mains water, which has got 3 filters in it. It filters all the water coming into the house. So for showers,
Yeah, right.
baths, everything like that. Now, I currently do filter my tap water with a filter called a zero filter,
Yeah.
a zero water, and that takes everything out the water. So for baby bottles and coffee, I use that. But this means that for every other kind of bath, shower, and you can use tap water for whatever, it filters it. It doesn't filter it to the same amount. But for me, it's quite nice knowing that Kian's skin's getting bad after his rashes. Anyway, 2 plumbers come. The plumbers are there and they're like, "Hey, brother, here you're some kind of influencer, brother." I was like, no, it's not like that. I just have businesses that work online. I gave these guys like a 30-minute deep dive into content creation. And I said, what is it you do in business that you like the most? They said they did bathroom renovations.
Yeah, right.
I said to them, every single bathroom renovation you do is a story. And they were like, we don't get it. And I was like, okay, you have a before, you have an after. That's a story. They're like, okay. And I said, the story is that other people don't care about that story unless they can see themselves in that story. So similar to the car. If we wrap a black car today into satin, someone else out there with a black car SUV will see this. And the reason they'll watch the video is they want to imagine it's their car, then they do it. The same thing with the bathroom renovations. I said, every renovation you do, some woman out there is going to be watching that and thinking, I could do that to my bathroom. Now, 99 out of 100 people will go to someone they know, but the one person that checks the profile and goes, these people are in Sydney, will reach out to them because they want the same story to happen in their house.
Yeah.
So I was saying to them, guys, I said, how many have you done? They go, we've done hundreds. I was like, well, that's hundreds of missed opportunities to tell a story. And I said to him as well, whilst they're there, I go, I want a copperhead shower outside my house because my neighbor's got one and I haven't got one.
Yeah.
I said, we could do a story where I'm there washing myself with a hose with my surfboard and then it switches and then I'm there under a shower. The guy's like, we'll come fit in next week. And I was like, that story alone can then get you more business.
Yeah.
So in content creation, sometimes people need to realize that they're telling stories of before and afters and other people will relate to that story. Like when people watch Harry Potter or they watch some kind of film, they like to imagine being the protagonist. They're like imagining that being them. They overcome adversity and whatever it is. Not quite so extreme. But yeah, every time you do a car and you show it off, there's going to be a cohort of people out there that go, oh, that could be me if I just booked in.
100%.
What we do, Declan, transformative.
We wrap cars now together.
Yeah.
We're a car wrap team.
Yeah. We're going to, what are we saying? Mezzanine here.
Yeah, we're going to put a mezzanine in and we're going to have 3 bays, 3 wrap bays. And we're going to see how this shop goes. Quite a small detailed shop. We'll just see how that goes and maybe we'll go bigger.
If you're in Sydney and we were to hire a trainee wrap artist, would you let a trainee wrap your car? Well, actually, we'll have Declan first. Well, you'll get your mum's car. We're wrapping it. No. Tell your mum. Tell your mum.
Your mum's getting a pink car.
Your mum's getting a pink car. It's getting wrapped. Are you going to wrap the Hilux? Did you crunch any numbers for the Hilux?
Not yet. Let's survive this month first, and then
Yeah.
Cool.
Now we've got some cool projects coming up in Sydney, and then we've got some really good local jobs too.
We'll have to do a new Nutonic flavour drop on the car, a new wrap colour.
Yeah.
See, if we had 3 members of staff, 3 wrap bays, every time a new Nutonic product comes out, we could rewrap the car.
Yeah.
Or they could wrap it. We're busy.
We're going to be busy.
All right, sick. I think I owe BMW an apology. This is actually quite nice, isn't it? Like, the M3 Touring, I love this car. I think this is great. I've never been in one. Let me show you. This is actually quite nice, bruv. This is actually quite nice, Declan. It's got nice paddles on it. They actually feel quite premium. They're carbon fibre as well. This or an Audi RS6. It could be closer than I thought. It's nice in here. Boys with toys. These are expensive friendships. And I've got you a bit of business. Well, would you PPF this to the same colour?
If I'm going to do it, it's going to be satin. It'll be to make it look like the Frozen.
So would you go satin on the existing colour? Or satin
No,
black?
if I satin, it's going to be the whole thing, but if I track pack, it'll be in gloss.
Track pack means just the front.
Yeah.
The front and the
Front
side,
and the
right?
sides, yeah.
Learning. We're learning.
Just
Look at that. Can't even put a video together without
Definitely
getting some
feel
business.
it.
I'm telling you, this is the easiest business to get into ever. And this is all business expense, really, for the new channel. Are you going to put a Astute on the side?
Just protecting an asset, remember?
With the ATO thing, there's a bit of branding on it. It's not tax evasion. It is business expense. This is what the car's going to look like. This is aesthetics. It's protection. It's an investment. Is this going to be a good business choice to move into an avenue like this? Only you will know. We'll discuss it in the comments. How many days for the rest?
we've got about 3 days left in it, I think, and then we'll let it sort of cure, dry, get all the edges right, make it look beautiful, drive away. Happy
Sweet.
days.
Every time I get a wrap done, there's always 300 kilometres on the clock more than when I got you.
Unless petrol.